So I wanted to step back and take a look at the cars I've actually owned in the last 18 months. And this car right here is within the last 18 months, believe it or not, even though this is from 2023. It was about maybe a year ago when I sold this car. And I think it was a little over a year ago when I sold this car. But this is my 2023 C8 Stingray Corvette 1LT. Now, I actually ordered this car, got it in 3 months, red mist metallic, and I only did the front lip and rear spoiler and the color. And that's it. I think that's all and the radiator girth guards on this car. It's all I did to this car. And it was enough. I really liked that. I enjoyed it. I did have some issues with like heating and stuff like that in my garage because I didn't have the extra cooling from the Z51 package. But stock sitting on this right here, just this car in general right here, this you'll see a lot of videos of people saying, oh, the car failed and the market's plummeting. Folks, those are all for just clicks. I don't think people buying these cars are buying them currently just to see how much they're going to be worth in 2 months. I don't think people are doing that. Like, people online show that a lot, but that's just for a view. When I bought this car, I had no intentions on selling it, but at some point I was unsure and I wanted to try something different. So I didn't want two sports cars. And so I ended up moving to something else. And I'll show you that in a little bit. But at the time of owning this car, I actually had my blue Model 3 Tesla, which I'd had for about a year. And I had this car for about a year. And I sold them both and moved on to something else. But this car is actually really good. The red mist metallic is still the most beautiful color. And my current Corvette was going to be this color, but you know, I saw an opportunity and I took it. So that's that. So I moved on from this car to like the next sports car. And that was in 2024 because I ordered this next car at the end of 2023 and I got it in 2 months. Believe it or not, I ordered it in November, I think it was, and got it at the beginning of January. And it is the 2024 Mustang GT. Now, to my defense, I've never had a Ford before. Like, I've never owned a Ford before at all. My Ford that I wanted to own was the 1990 Fox body, obviously, by a lot of people. The Ford's going backwards, you know, the 90 going back to like 85, maybe 82. Man, I just liked some of the Fords back then. But, you know, current day, I wanted to try this new 2024 Mustang GT, and I ended up actually really tricking this thing out within about 2-3 weeks or so of having it. This was when it was brand new, and only thing I had done was ceramic the windows. Those were the factory wheels, but I actually ended up lowering the car. I mean, slamming it down and just making it look sick. I mean, I had this thing looking crazy. I mean, come on, you can't tell me this is not clean. All I did was add the aftermarket wheels, which I got a lot of comments on, everything. I did a separate video on it, but I know people don't watch every video, but I added wheels, I lowered the car with the max drop, I added an X pipe, and I also did a strut bar, and it was already a manual, so I really loved it. And you know, of the cars I've sold pretty quickly, this was one that I had for about 3.5-4 months, I think. And I really enjoyed this car, man, but I actually had come to a crossroad and I was like, I got to make a decision where I'm going to put things. And this was the not cheapest, this is the lowest price car I had that I know that I could sell and get all of my money back pretty much because I got it at a discount. I bought this car, I ordered this car in a manual, upgraded the exhaust to the dual mode exhaust and got the color and that's it. That's all I did, and I got the spoiler on the back or whatever, but I didn't add much to this car because I wanted it more for performance and just to enjoy a manual. And honestly, a lot of me says I should have kept this car. Now, the good part is I could do it again. I could do it real quick. I could have this exact car parked outside and just have one. And a lot of me wants to. I really want to get another Mustang. I still got my wheels. I sold it with the suspension and the exhaust. The X pipe. Oh, sorry, I did an X pipe as well. I sold it with those things on there because I had a good sale, and I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and take the cash. I'm not losing, so I just let them have an exhaust, you know, an X pipe, and I had let them have the suspension. And the work is done for a Mustang owner that is gonna have a car like this. And every time I pull this car out, folks, it people love this car, man. I mean, it just drew attention. I know it's the wheels and the drop on it, and then it was a manual. So I enjoyed it. I actually do miss it. If I'm being honest with myself, and the more I look at these previous videos on it and the pictures of it, I'm like, man, that was a winner right there. You know what's so strange? I didn't have to sell it. I only paid $42,000 for this car. I ordered it. The MSRP was $47,000 at the time. Me ordering just under $48,000 or whatever, or right around $47,000 almost. And the guy hooked me. He gave me $45 off right off the rip, even though I ordered the car. And I just told him, I said, hey, listen, these cars are being sold at a big discount. You know what I mean? So I know I ordered mine, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what's up? And he gave me a discount, man. And I was surprised. And so, like I said, I didn't really have to sell this car. I could have had it, and it could have just been another weekend car for me to cruise around and drive around in. But I don't know. I made a quick decision, and I had to live with it. But like I said, the best part is I still got everything off the car. I got my wheels and my strut bar off and my weighted shift knob. The things that were quick to take off, I just got those off. The car, I already have sensors and everything. The car, I can bolt those wheels on any Mustang and get another one. I get a 25 Mustang like this, I guess, or just get another 24 or whatever, the manual, and I can have this exact same car parked in the garage at any time. Now, the next vehicle that I bought. So here is my 2024 Tesla Model Y dual motor. Now this video right here is what it looked like as soon as I brought it home. This was like 2 or 3 days after, but trust me when I tell you, the car looks nothing like this now. I still own this car. I don't daily drive it. She drives this one a lot, but this is my 2024 dual motor Tesla Model Y. This car right here is special because not only is it the #1 selling car in the world, it's a car that's so versatile. It's just, I can see why it's the #1 selling car. It doesn't look anything like this right now. Like on the exterior, I've got carbon fiber on the front and the rear. I just put a new carbon fiber spoiler. I haven't brought you that video yet, but ultimately it's the same car. It's just been customized a little bit with the exterior, like new caps and things like that. But I boosted the car to get the 2-second, 4.2 second 0 to 60. It's just really nice right now. And this is a very comfortable car to drive in long distance. It's got good range. It's just good, and it's very affordable because I got this thing at a really good price. I got it for 0.9 financing. So I had to finance this one. I was like, this is a freebie right here. It's like 0%. As long as if I pay like an extra $50 a month or $20 a month, it'll be like 0%. So I'm not even worried about this. This is like a freebie, and I wanted a SUV again. So to me, this is the best SUV at the moment for efficiency and just a comfortable ride, lots of power. Even though this isn't the performance model, it has a lot of power, folks, a lot of power because it's all-wheel drive and it's very comfortable to drive. Now I'm going to show you the next car that I bought after this, and man, oh man, you know what it is. My 2024 Corvette C8 ERay. Wow. Now, coming from the Corvette as my sports car of choice, then checking out the Mustang to see if I really like it. I told you how I feel about the Mustang, but the feelings on the ERay is just out of this world, folks. I mean, this car is a car to experience if you like fast sports cars. This thing has the looks, the designs, the body lines. It has the performance, the power. And that's, coming from the almost 500 horsepower Mustang, the almost 500 horsepower Corvette, this car is 655 horsepower. And I know you can feel every last bit of it. The fact that it's all-wheel drive, it's a different feeling than driving another car like this. Like if you have a C8 Stingray, which is like the main thing I get from people. Well, what's it like? What's it like? What's it like going from a Stingray to ERay? That's the #1 question I get. And I have to tell people all the time, man, it's mind blowing. And I'm to the point now where if I think I can trust a person, I'll take them for a ride. And I've done that multiple times since owning this car, man. Just taking them for a ride down a quick stretch or down the parking lot or whatever. They can't believe it because they know what their Stingray feels like. And then they feel the ERay and they're just in awe. And the great part about owning this car, I'm still in awe. Like, I am in awe of how powerful this car is. And I gotta go on record again and say, I'm telling you, GM is not rating this car at the actual performance of the electric motor that it should be rated at. I'm telling you, it's gotta be more. I mean, it has to be. This car is fast, folks. And besides it being real fast, yeah, it's a very expensive car. So I feel like I'm getting my money's worth when I speak about this car, because I've just, it smiles all day, son. It's just incredible, man. So this is my 2024 ERay, and this isn't the last car that I purchased in 2024. That title belongs to the fastest car that I actually own in my suite of cars. And I mean, it's just the fastest car I've ever actually owned. The 2024 Tesla Model S Plaid, obviously. This is the fastest car I've ever owned, and it is one of the nicest cars, nicest sedans I've ever had with this much power. Right now, this is how the car looks. People don't think it's a Plaid either. I think because I have the Tempest wheels and not the Arachnid wheels. I intentionally didn't get those 21-inch wheels because it adds weight, more mass to turn, when in turn making the car a little slower. So that's just my personal choice. But I've done this car like I did the other cars, ceramic the windows. And this car, that's actually all I've done, was just ceramic the windows. And I've done little things here and there like mud flaps and different things, but nothing major to this car, because it's just good right out of the box. Tesla did a great job on here building this car and putting together all the Teslas that I've owned. But this is like the Army Swiss knife of cars at the moment, because it is a full-size sedan, and it has a huge amount of storage in the rear, and then also lots of storage in the front. But you can seat 5 people in this car comfortably. And after you come from getting groceries, you can drop everybody off and go straight to the track, beat up on nearly every car on the track, and then leave. So this car right here is actually my daily driver. I know I daily drove the Model Y for a little bit, but you know, she drives the Model Y now, and I drive this car right here. And I do have the upgraded interior because it's the second version of the 2024 Model S Plaid, which has the sport seats. That's pretty much it. It has sport seats front and back. And other than that, I couldn't see anything different. But this is the car, man. And it's a pretty pricey car as well. But to me, this is actually worth it, because a lot of people, again, talk about the cars. Oh, it's going to depreciate. Why'd you buy that? That's just silly to me, because you shouldn't be buying a car worrying about what it's going to be valued at in 3 months. You're supposed to buy a car and keep it until the wheels fall off and then move on to the next car. No one does that, though. No one does that. Not even me. I don't do that. I mean, I've kept cars when I was younger. I kept cars until they just broke down and I went to something else. But now that I'm in a position financially, I just kind of float about, and you know, as long as everything is taken care of, I'm just enjoying myself at this point. I just want to experience as many nice things that I consider to be nice in my lifetime as possible, because you know, this is just material stuff. We can't take it with us. And so, hey, I wanted a Plaid. I got a Plaid. So that's it, man. That's the lineup currently. You know what I'm saying? 24 Model Y dual motor, which I boosted, 2024 Corvette ERay, and my 2024 Tesla Model S Plaid. Do I have any regrets on some of the cars? Well, of course, but this is just great right here. It doesn't get any better than some of my current cars. I mean, I daily drive a Tesla Model S Plaid, and then on the weekends I'm driving a Corvette ERay. So I'm happy right now. So the plan is to get a ZR1, but if I don't get one, I ain't mad. I still got a Plaid and I got a Corvette ERay. I mean, come on. It's your man Jay. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.